Hi, well, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bo Fogle here, cutting into YouTube and our 24/7 channel real quick, just to give you an update on our First Alert 6 weather days for tomorrow and Sunday. Not a whole lot has changed in the past 2 hours, but just kind of give you an update since our last streaming. Just kind of going to show you the timing and then also talk about the bitter cold temperatures for Sunday and Monday morning. So I won't take up too much of your time just because there's not a whole lot of new updates. Just the timing of the snow coming in has changed a little bit. Otherwise, again, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. So just a reminder, first Saturday and Sunday are First Alert 6 weather days for the first hard freeze of the season, as well as our first chance of snowflakes in the area. Fortunately, though, the snow looks to stay away from the metro. We still could see flakes here, but it doesn't look like it's going to accumulate, so that's good news. But really the bigger impact is going to be those bitter cold temperatures Sunday and Monday morning. We did cool down a little bit down to the teens for Monday morning, so Sunday night to Monday morning. So yeah, we did cool that down, and wind chills could be down to 10 degrees for both Sunday and Monday mornings. And there could be a town or two that briefly reaches down into the single digits. So yeah, it's going to be very, very cold Sunday and Monday morning. So here are the feel like temperatures for the next couple of mornings. Here's Sunday morning. This is looking at Saturday night into Sunday morning. You can see that most of the area is going to be in the teens, with a few communities down into the single digits. This model is indicating Harlan, Denison could fall down to 9 degrees for a feel like temperature Sunday morning. So very, very cold. And then Monday morning is not going to be much different. Monday morning, still expecting feel like temperatures to be in the teens. I think, though, between the 2 days, I think Sunday morning has the best chance of falling down into the single digits, while Monday morning probably going to stay in the teens for the area. But still very, very cold. At least, though, we're not expecting icy conditions on roads. Because of the winds, it's going to dry out the roads very quickly. And you can see the winds right here for the next 48 hours. They're going to be very strong, especially on Saturday into Sunday, where winds could gust up to 45. This model is indicating maybe even 50 miles per hour overnight from Saturday night to Sunday morning. They'll be coming in from the northwest. So because of those windy conditions, that's going to dry out the ground pretty quickly if any precipitation falls in the area, or after the, I should say, not if, after the precipitation falls. That's when it's going to dry out pretty quickly on the ground. So that's going to have ice is going to have a hard time developing because of that. So we're not too concerned about icy conditions. If you're going to be if you have to drive over a bridge or something like that, just be aware there could be a patchy icy spot. But even then, those chances are low. So looking at your forecast for tomorrow, the high is going to be only at 50 degrees, but it's going to happen briefly, and it's going to happen probably early in the afternoon as that cold front moves through. Most of the day for the metro, it's going to be rain, but then there's going to be moments where it's going to be almost like a wintry mix, where there could be some snowflakes mixed in with those isolated showers. So something, of course, we'll keep an eye on, but for here in the metro, I'm not expecting any snowfall accumulation. Here's the updated hour-by-hour timeline. Like I said, this is probably the biggest change compared to the last streaming about a few hours ago. But you can see that showers will start coming in overnight tonight into mainly Saturday morning, while further north near Sioux City, they're going to see more of the snow since they're going to be a little bit colder. And then as we head through the day on Saturday, some of that rain will start converting over to a wintry mix and then eventually wet snow. But you notice it mainly focuses over western Iowa. So like Denison, Carroll, and Harlan have the best chance of seeing this wet snow, while the rest of us will mainly see rain with the wintry mix within the rain. So it's nothing to be too concerned about. This will primarily happen Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon, temperatures are just going to be too warm for any wintry stuff. So any precipitation that develops in the afternoon looks to be more on the rainy side of things. And then Saturday night, once temperatures get cold enough, if we see more rain, we'll see some of that rain convert over to a wintry mix once again. But again, I'm not concerned about accumulation. By Sunday, it should be completely done, and we'll start drying out and see some sunshine by the afternoon. here's the updated snowfall potential. We did push the snowfall a little bit further north. So you can see the metro on the very much outer edge of that dusting category. So I still think we're not going to see hardly anything here. You might see a snowflake fall, but that's about it. And then further north in western Iowa and central Iowa, they'll see more of the snowfall. You can see just north of Des Moines, they are expected to get possibly up to an inch, and they're in some places could get up to 2 inches of snow. But again, that's for Iowa, and that's central northern Iowa. For us, not expecting hardly anything. So the community that might see a little bit something is Carroll, and even then, that's a low chance. So not too concerned about it. Should be just fine. Anything you have planned this weekend, you'll be okay. Just bundle up. The hard freeze is going to be more of the impact than the snow. And then, fortunately, the Nebraska Cornhuskers and Iowa State Cyclones, they are missing out on the cold and the snow. They're in much better climate, much better weather. They both will see warm temperatures in the 70s with plenty of sunshine. So those 2 games will be fine. But the Hawkeyes, they will also be impacted by the rain and the snow. So if you're planning on going to that game, I would plan ahead, maybe even leave a little bit earlier to head to the game in eastern Iowa, because they have a better chance of seeing more accumulation than we will. So temperatures will also be cooler in the 40s and then eventually the 30s. So bundle up and be prepared for maybe a couple of slowdowns because of that precipitation as you head to if you're going to the Hawkeyes game. And then real quick before I head off, because I don't have a whole lot of time to be on, but looking at your 10-day forecast real quick, once we're done with this weekend, we bounce back pretty quickly next week. The winds will calm down, the temperatures will warm back up, and we'll see more sunshine. So next week is looking to be a lot better. Monday will start out pretty chilly with mostly sunny skies, and of course the bitter cold temperatures in the morning. Highs will be in the lower 40s on Monday, and then you see by Veterans Day, we bounce back very quickly into the 60s and stay like that for the rest of the week. So next week is looking to be a lot better and back to average with very little precipitation chances. There might be some sprinkles, not tomorrow, but the following weekend on next Saturday. There could be a couple of sprinkles, but for now we kept it at a low chance. But at least though next week it'll be a lot better and it'll feel like fall. So this cold snap will not last very long. So that's all the updates I have. Again, not much different than what you heard a few hours ago, but just kind of give you an update on that. Of course, I will be here this afternoon to work on to do the 3 and the 4, and then meteorologist Jade Sevens will be here later on tonight to bring you the latest updates. So make sure you download our app to get the latest updates on the snowfall potential and the timing of the snow and the rain. So that's all the updates I have. Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday, and try to hold on to your hats because it is quite windy outside. So hopefully everybody has a good Friday, and hope you have a good rest of your Friday and a good weekend.